welcome to our 50th episode, live from the Speakeasy.
So it's awesome to be here. It's so great. Thanks for everybody for coming out.
It's awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming out. How about we get a round of applause for the audience tonight?
You blew it!
So, something bad happened.
Yeah, we lost the audio.
Yeah, so we this was supposed to be our 50th episode, live from the Speakeasy, which we'll get into here in a little while. We had a great time, great crowd. I cannot even begin to explain how happy I was with the crowd.
You know what's funny, Rob? You and I said it several times throughout the evening. It's perfect. Everything feels great. Everything feels right. Everything is going great.
Everything went off without a hitch.
Mm-hmm.
We had great attendance.
Yeah.
The giveaways were popping. People were checking those prize tickets. The bar did exceptionally well
sure.
from what I've gathered.
And we got a lot of positive feedback afterwards.
Yeah, we sold some.
Everyone seemed to love it. Sold some teas.
Sold some teas. Thank you for buying the teas. You know who you are. We appreciate it very much. We appreciate you guys for coming.
Sure.
It was
Definitely.
I want to say it was a milestone.
Definitely a milestone.
For boys.
Yeah.
And
great.
Then
You blew it!
this morning, I took the memory card out of the outboard recorder that we were using to capture the magic of the evening.
Yeah.
We record to a Tascam multi-track recorder. I'm sitting here looking at it right now. Seems to be working fine.
Yeah. The levels are, you can see the levels.
Oh yeah, there's lots of lights and blinking screens.
What have you.
So I take the SD card out of the mixer. I go to plug it into my computer to load the files, get this episode 50 ready. Ready for the world, ready for the people who weren't there.
The very important 50th episode.
Yeah, very, very important. I pop the SD card in my computer, pops up, all the files are there. Beautiful. All right, I'm ready to edit. I'm ready to show this to the people that weren't so lucky. So lucky
To be there.
to see it live.
Because, I mean, it's only a 200 cap room, so we couldn't fit all of you in there.
No. It was pumping though. I would say there was probably, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but there were probably what? 75 people,
I'd say around
60 to 75
60
people.
75 folks in there.
The Speakeasy was gracious enough to set up this beautiful set. Very Tonight Show on a budget.
Right.
It was kind of like a Tonight Show meets Wayne's World vibe.
Tonight Show meets Wayne's World meets like Nirvana Unplugged in New York.
Yeah, the lighting was perfect.
Yeah.
The sound was great. We looked great. We were both wearing suits.
Both suits.
First time I ever bought a suit in my life, and I was proud. I was walking around like feeling good.
You know, you said that before the show, that's the first time you ever bought a suit, and I wouldn't have believed it by the way you wore that suit.
Really?
You wore it well.
Well, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I really, really appreciate it.
Maybe on the next time we can wear suits again.
Maybe so.
And record it.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
So yeah, I popped the SD card in the computer. I'm ready to edit. I see all seven. There were 7 tracks. There were a mic for each of us, 3 guests, so that's 5 mics, and then a stereo track for the music and sound effects, things like that. Which the old soundboard. The third was a big hit. Big hit.
Yeah.
Getting a lot of laughs for things like this.
Yeah, baby!
And
Do I make you horny?
and even
I'm not a smart man.
Of course.
I'm just recapping for the people that weren't there because you're never going to hear it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. You had to be there. You should. Here's the thing. You should have came.
Should have been there. It is what it is. So I saw the files. I was really happy. I went to import them into Reaper, which is the audio program I use to edit the show. And
Well, behind the scenes.
yeah,
there?
just a little peek behind the curtain. Every track was only 1 second long. So all 7 files were there.
Sure.
But they were only 1 second long.
7 seconds.
There were total. Yeah.
7 seconds.
So yeah, I chose not to freak out about it. I was like, shit happens.
Yeah. If we're riding a bull, that's great.
Yeah. Well, shit happens.
Shit does happen.
And
happens.
we're just going to move on. And we're just recording a short episode tonight, just kind of set the table for the things that are to come.
Yeah. And I want to apologize for not having that. For those of you who couldn't come or maybe don't live in the state, wanted to hear it.
It sucks, but hey, what can you do?
You can come to the next one in 6 months.
That's right. Yeah, we're going to do another one. I think around episode 75. Probably at the Speakeasy again.
Right.
But we do have some good news.
Great news.
Every cloud has its silver lining, and the silver lining is that we're going to let me see. I'm already fucking up. We're going to start working with.
You blew it.
You blew it!
We're going to start working with OKC Comedy.
Yes.
And we're going to start interviewing some of the comedians that come through.
They bring too.
And we've got some really exciting news that we can't quite let out of the bag yet.
Well, judging by our current luck, I don't really want to let the cat out of the bag before it hatches. You know, I don't want to put the horse before the cat.
Yep. You don't want to put your chicken before the cart.
Yeah.
Or else you'll lose the episode.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're just getting together tonight because we didn't want to miss a week.
Right.
And we didn't want to not have an episode before our next episode, which is really exciting. Also, can't really say anything.
Can't really say.
Yet.
I don't want to blow it.
Yeah, you don't want to.
You blew it!
Don't want another one of those.
So, but yeah, we got exciting things coming up, and again, we really apologize. It really sucks for us. I was so looking forward to getting this out.
Oh yeah. Well, I wanted to hear what it sounded like because it's not like. When we do the regular podcast, we're in a room, a studio, we have headphones on, everything's kind of crisp and clear. You kind of hear everybody. The live setting, it's kind of more off the cuff.
Yeah, it was a different vibe, but I kept getting feedback that it translated well.
Right.
And just know this, Joshua, that we'll always have it in our hearts and in our brains.
I was there.
I was there.
I remember it.
We were there.
I remember.
Do you remember when we embraced after the show?
I do.
We went to the backstage area, the green room, if you will, and we hugged. Yeah. And I remember grabbing you by the shoulders, pushing your head down. No, I grabbed you by the shoulders.
That was a little later than that.
I had a few beers, a few anthems. Good for gay encounters. I'm going to crack a golden one right now.
You should do that.
So yeah, it was a good night. If you were there, thank you so much. It really meant the world to us to see all of your smiling, beautiful faces. Yeah. And big thanks to our guests, Randy Heyer, big thanks. Lucas Dunn, big thanks.
Spencer Hicks, big thanks.
Big thanks.
And big thanks to the Speakeasy for hosting.
And Anthem Brewing. They hooked us up with some beers.
They sure did. Man, those
awesome.
went quick.
Yeah, they did. They went quick, but they were awesome. They were delicious, and they were ice cold.
They were ice cold. And if you weren't there,
you blew it!
That's just how it goes.
But yeah, so moving on.
Sure.
We're just going to do a quick episode tonight, just to kind of get out there and set the table for episode 51. Mm-hmm. And yeah, what's been going on, man? Besides me losing the episode.
Well, besides you totally fucking up. Well, not you. I'm blaming the Tascam Corporation on this one.
Thanks, Mr. Tascam.
Whatever that means. Just kind of living in a what's the word? Post live show kind of a buzz. Been kind of like living off of that for a while. It felt good. Felt really good. It felt like when you're in a band and you play a really fucking good show.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, fuck, that's awesome. We gotta tighten our shit up and do that every time. Felt like that.
Yeah. We went and had breakfast the next day.
We did.
We had to go back to the Speakeasy and pick up all of our gear. Mm-hmm. We had to pick up the Tascam that didn't work. Mm-hmm. We had to pick up our mics, our banner, our merch, all that good stuff. And we went and had breakfast together. And I think I said something to the effect of, I'm just like riding a wave.
Yeah.
I'm riding a wave of feeling good. And to be totally honest, truth be told, as happy as I was for the live show and as much hard work as we put in and as great of a time it was for all of us, I was equally happy for it to be over.
Sure.
And I don't mean that in a negative way, but like just
yeah, like we've done it. It's not building up anymore. We finished it.
Yeah.
You can breathe.
We did it.
But then you have that kind of like, we did it. And after that, it's like, we did it.
Yeah.
Like,
it was excellent.
Hurrah.
And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I felt like for a first show,
sure. Well, we
did well.
We've never done anything like that before. I've never done anything like that before. And as I stated on the show, which no, unless you were there, you didn't hear. I've never been on a stage without an instrument on me before. So it's
how'd you feel about that?
I felt vulnerable, but I mean, I had you there with me. We had the guests. I was sitting in a very comfortable chair. The lighting was great. The crowd seemed to really, there's a good crowd interaction, so it made it a lot more comfortable.
It really did. It was a warm reception. Mm-hmm. And again, just thank you to everybody who was there. It really, really meant a lot to us. I know I'm just kind of repeating myself at this point, but it is what it is, and we're going to move on. And man, so we had a good time last night. We returned to the speakeasy.
Oh, we did. We did.
Yeah.
And it was one of those, let's just get a beer after work. And we did. And stayed a little longer than we wanted to.
So I've been so tired since the live show last week. And I've just kind of been running on E, it feels like.
Fuming.
Running on fumes.
Yeah.
And you okay?
You know, I'm just trying to duck down on my thing here.
Okay. So yeah, I've just been running on fumes, and I was so tired after work yesterday. But then I had that feeling. It was a beautiful, beautiful spring day.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, I kind of want to sit on a patio.
Yeah.
Enjoy an Anthem.
It was a lovely evening for it.
So we went to Speakeasy.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that one after work beer turned into a few.
Mm-hmm.
And had some good conversations with Jesse Smith,
Yeah.
Boys alum.
And Nick Wagner.
Future guest. Whether he wants to or not.
You're coming on this bitch.
So we brought up soaps.
Yeah, I was surprised that he had never heard of those things. I was not surprised that Jesse was very familiar. He seems definitely like a person who owned a pair of soaps.
Oh yeah, he's a soaper.
So if you're listening and you're not familiar out there, just grab your phone, or if you're on a computer, Google soap shoes.
Mm-hmm.
It'll bring it right up. And then it'll probably strike, like he said, when he saw the logo, he's like, oh yeah, fucking totally remember him.
So for those who don't know,
yes,
it's a classic shoe from the 90s. They were big puffy skate shoes.
Yeah, they definitely were in the skate shoe family.
Mm-hmm.
And they had, what is that, the arch of your foot? Arc of your foot?
The arch.
There's a grind plate.
Yeah, like on the sole.
Little plastic grind plate. And I believe they sold upgrade. Like you can buy upgrade plates.
And replacements.
Because they're gonna wear.
Well, you're going to soap them out. So we started talking about soaps, and I had a pair.
Yeah.
But I never really soaped in them. I walked in them because they were so comfortable to walk in.
They really weren't.
No, they sucked.
Because you have that grind plate, that arch grind plate. It makes it. I feel like I'm just doing that.
I know your mic stand is like slipping.
Hold on,
down.
I want to make just a little bit of noise.
Here we go.
Mute me for
1, 2, 3. So Josh is adjusting his mic. I turn the Tascam down, and we're back. Okay.
There we go.
So yeah, I had a pair of soaps because I thought they were cool, but I never really had the balls to soap because I didn't want to fall. It's just like it's like I owned a skateboard,
but you didn't want to fall skating.
I never really. I mean, I like pushed around,
sure,
but I never really like. Nary a board slide. No, not even an ollie. The first half of an ollie, sure. Second half, not
never
so
landed
much.
it.
No, I just fell, and it looked like I ollied.
So that's why we gravitated towards soaping, because when soaps came out, I believe I was in freshman year or going into sophomore year.
Mm-hmm.
So the school we attended had a lot of rails, and so I remember getting soaps and just waxing up rails and just running and grinding on rails. You never really get that far. You get like
few feet,
and then but then you have to jump off. Like with skateboarding, you can't just grind and then like, all right,
yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, you have to like force yourself off of it. But then like it's science, physics. It's shit you don't think about when you're 15 years old. Like I can't. I'm gonna fall off of this thing, and I've hurt myself several times soaping.
Oh yeah,
but you don't remember like freestyle walking or yelling freestyle walking and like running and jumping off a wall?
Yeah. Colin and Matt, they would make jump videos where they would just go jump over things and hurt themselves. And speaking of hurt themselves, so
Trent Reznor?
I wish I had the drop for that. I don't. Next time, my buddy Shane, our buddy Shane, we went to high school with. We were in like the student news show, first hour.
KJI.
Yeah, KJI. Keeping Jackets Informed.
What a dumb name.
Stupid. So stupid. But I had my new soaps on and I went to school and I was wearing them around. I wasn't soaping. I was just walking. And
keeping them shits clean. You
know those Japanese wooden sandals that have like the 2 blocks underneath?
Yeah.
That's basically what it felt like walking around in those. It sucked. So, but we were going out and we were filming like basically we were filming bumpers, like little segments to play between commercials.
Right.
And we were going to go make a soap video. We're like, man, these extreme shoes. Let's make like a video, like a Dan Cortez style, like skate video, soap
extreme
video.
Yeah.
And Shane put my soaps on, or maybe they were his soaps. Maybe he had some too. But anyways, he decided to soap a picnic table out to the side of the like.
And
the
that is what you
area.
call it. That is the action of soaping.
Yeah, you soap it.
Yeah.
And we had the camera set up, so we're rolling, we're ready to do this. He runs, jumps, and soaps the top of the picnic table, and then about halfway through, his feet just fly out from under him.
Fuck.
He goes like several feet off the table and lands directly on his neck. Like the back of your neck.
Like at the base of your, like a really dangerous spot to fall.
Yeah, probably the worst spot you could fall.
Yeah.
Soap's in the air, neck on the ground, bounced like a pogo stick off the ground. And we got it all on film. And we didn't air it, obviously.
Of course you can't do that. That's a liability.
But yeah, we were talking about soaps last night, and boy, I was on one. Like, had a couple anthems in me.
Oh yeah.
And making some jokes. But the beautiful part of the evening was I got up to go to the restroom. I walk into the speakeasy, and Stevie Wonder is playing. And I immediately, without a moment of hesitation, started singing along to "Very Superstitious, Grinding on the Wall."
Yep.
And it was just like, wow, this is manna from heaven right here.
Just given to you.
It was perfect.
God knew you were talking about soaps. Well, speaking of soaps and soaping and 90s fashion, we talked about Jinkos. And if you're following us on our Instagram, you saw a photo of me wearing a pair of not only Jinkos, but a pair of girl Jinkos, and apparently it's very famous.
And not only one photo, but a spread, if you will.
It was a
Delia's catalog.
Delia's catalog spread.
Do you remember the Delia's catalog?
Oh, yeah, I've had plenty of my sister had it, all the girlfriends I had. All of them.
Your many girlfriends.
My sister would get them too, and I would always look through them because there were so many 90s babes in there, man.
But it looks like... But it seemed like they were trying to make the girls look more alternative than they actually were. Like, you know, I remember seeing a lot of like the raver, like the boy cut. What do they call those? Not boy shirts. Baby tees?
Baby tees, yeah.
Baby tees and like baggy shoes and like jellies. And like the girl looked all like ravered up. But you can tell like that girl probably doesn't do. But then because you think see her 3 pages later wearing like the preppy kind of stuff.
Yeah, totally. But man, there was always something about a girl in Jinkos.
Oh yeah, baggy pants.
Oh, just man,
big thing.
Beautiful. But so if you want to see these photos, go to our Instagram page at boyspodcast.
Yeah.
Take a look at Josh. Give it a like if you haven't already. It's funny. You nailed the 90s girl poses.
Oh, yeah.
It's so funny. Dude, I got so much joy out of those photos. And then I got so much joy out of the people liking and commenting.
Yeah.
And then our friend Shanna, who owns Peach Pit Vintage, at Peach Pit Vintage on Instagram, she posted it, and it got a bunch of other likes and people commenting on it.
It's pretty funny. I mean, it was it was given to us at our live show. The jeans were by Shanna because it's a kind of an inside joke on the podcast about Jinko. It's not really even a joke. You tagged Jinko Official, and I think they liked the picture.
They liked it, and then I rubed out, and I made a comment on it, and I was like, hey, at Jinko Apparel, how about a couple of pairs for the boys?
I'd rock a pair of Jinkos if they were given to me free. I would definitely, the next live show, I would probably rock them.
I would podcast in Jinkos.
Yeah.
But I got to say, man, those Jinkos fit you so well.
It was weird.
What's funny is your ass looked really big in it.
And I don't have an ass.
You like big asses?
But in those pants, it was amazing. You had a nice ass. You had a nice big ass.
Thanks.
In them, yeah.
Well, you know,
shapely.
Well, that got me to thinking about like our high school or like teenage fashion, like what that means. And I think one of us coined the term thrifting rebellion, and it's the I don't want to wear the clothes you buy me anymore, Mom and Dad. I have to buy it myself. I work at Brahms making $7 an hour. What can I afford? I'm going to go to the thrift store and buy cool vintage shit. Because all the bands you listen to, like Green Day back in the day, wore just like vintage. Well, they weren't even vintage. It was like just worker clothes. So you'd buy that kind of shit and think, this is fucking cool.
Yeah.
And
like the mailman pants.
Yeah.
The what are they called? Mechanic shirts.
Mechanic shirts. Well, the big one was like grandpa pants, like polyester grandpa, like plaid pants.
Yep.
Or what was the buddy of mine wore them all the time? The Sansa pants.
Yep.
Yeah, that shit. And then like it's a dad button down with a tie, safety pins on it, that kind of shit. And now like that's I mean, me and my wife have a vintage shop. Shanna has Peach Pit. It's a whole thing now.
Oh yeah.
Where like all the shit. Or now you can't go to the thrift store and buy that cool shit because they mark it way the fuck up because they know what they have.
That or it's just like super picked through.
Yeah.
Like, man, the heyday of the thrift store is long gone.
Yeah.
You can still luck out and find something cool every now and then.
But you have to hit a bunch of them.
And constantly. Constantly. Like Eric and I will go to thrift stores every now and then, and we never find shit because we go on a Saturday where everything's picked through.
Yeah.
Or we just go to one. It's like, no, you have to make the rounds. You have to like invest. And then even then you have to get lucky on top of that. You just have better odds.
Sure. I mean, sometimes like one of the last times me and my wife went on a little excursion, she found a, what the fuck band was it? I want to say it was an REO Speedwagon baseball cut shirt from like the late 70s or early 80s. Like, I mean, you can find that kind of shit, like original band stuff that's legit and not like Target reprints or whatever. Like that kind of shit's cool. And you used to be able to find that stuff all the time. You go to Uptown Thrift Store, pay 75 cents, you get this really cool shirt or whatever. And now it's like, fuck.
Yeah, not so much.
Not so much, Al.
Things change, man.
Things they do.
Speaking of change, there's a big change coming this year. Big change to OKC.
Big change.
Big change to live music. Big change to culture, and dare I say, family.
I agree.
So I got a message from Atlee this morning, and he sent me a link. I opened Facebook Messenger. That's how we chat at work. Just easy. And the Gathering of the Juggalos is coming to Oklahoma City.
You know, I saw that it was going viral.
Yeah.
On local, I guess K4 already did like a piece on it.
Oh, did they really?
Or 25. Yeah, one of the local news stations already did like is this going to affect the blah, blah, blah? Dude, I mean, there's going to be thousands of juggalos in Oklahoma City. However, it's going to boost economy. They're going to trash wherever they're going to be at.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they're going to have a place to stay.
But, dude, any festival is trashed. Rocklahoma is trashed at the end of it. Any festival. If you go down to Austin, ACL, South by, it's trashed after that many people, regardless of the makeup they wear.
The difference in the gathering, the goatage, whatever you want to call it, the difference in that and like a South by or a Burning Man or whatever the fuck, from what I've heard about juggalos is they're very nice people.
They're inclusive.
Yes.
There's that short documentary about Juggalo. I think it's called American Juggalo, and it's great. And as much as I really don't care about the music, and I think it's silly to wear like, here's what's funny. I think it's silly to like wear the Juggalo makeup.
But you're a fan of Kiss.
But I like Kiss, and I also love black metal. Yeah. And all those dudes wear the panda paint.
Yeah.
Like that's what it's known for.
Yeah. I mean, what's that band with they all do the priest stuff?
Ghost.
Great
band. Yeah. Great band. Great shtick.
Yeah.
But I think it's because the ICP music is so silly.
Yeah.
Like, are they good rappers? Like, are they? I'm not trying to be hateful, but like, I really want to know, like, are they talented rappers, or is it just like is it like a wrestling gimmick?
I think it's a wrestling gimmick. In the hip hop community, I'm not sure that they're on a list of great rappers.
I'm sure they're respected as businessmen.
Oh yeah.
And like entrepreneurs, moguls, if you will. But I don't think I've listened to some ICP. I've tried.
Sam, I can't name a single ICP song.
There's one with the word chicken in it. It's like
I don't know.
Something about chicken.
I know they have movies though.
Yeah, Big Money Hustlers, and then the Western sequel,
Big Money Rustlers.
Oh yeah.
Which is smart. That's just marketing.
It is.
Yeah.
But it's funny because with ICP, we'll get on YouTube, or like the other day, Atlee sent me a video. I believe it was Atlee, and it was like an ICP female rapper that was like part of the family. But man, the lines are so blurry that I can't tell if it was parody or like 100% legit and real, or somewhere in between, or if it was making fun of it, or I don't know, or if it was like mean spirited or whatever. But I couldn't really tell because it is such a weird thing as a jumping off point,
right?
But man. So the reason I brought this up is because I think we should go.
Oh, I definitely want to go.
I think we need to work some sort of angle. Like I would
press pass and let's do a podcast from it.
Dude, let's just carry around like a handheld recorder and go interview people. Maybe I could take like a camera, or we can just shoot it on our iPhones or something, sync it up, lose it, not put it out, just like our 50th episode.
Yeah, let it fuck up and not put that out.
So if we have an in, I tweeted that on the boys account on Twitter, which is @tweetsofboys.
Yes.
So follow us on there, please, if you aren't already. I tweeted out, hey, holy shit, this is happening. Who's our in? And you know who I think our in is?
Who's that?
Cameron.
That is very true.
Cameron Buckholtz.
He performed at the
twice.
Gathering of the Juggalos. That would be awesome.
So Cameron, if you're listening to this, or if somebody's listening to this that knows Cameron,
yes,
don't you slide a boys card their way, or tell us who we need to call, because maybe we get a couple passes.
That would be awesome.
And I don't want to go to make fun.
No, I want to go to observe and report. I want to experience. I want to know what it's like. I've never been to anything like that. I've never been to any crazy weird festival.
Don't get me wrong. I'll poke a little fun.
Sure.
I'll poke a little fun, but I don't want to be mean. I literally just want to go and be like, I want to be submerged in the culture. Just like I wouldn't mind going to like a church camp.
Right.
Or like a retreat or something, just to be submerged in the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want
to experience it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's why Austin and I went to Rocklahoma a few years ago. It was like, I didn't really care about going, like, to see any of the bands.
Sure.
I mean, there was a couple. I got to see Steel Panther. That was cool. But, and Korn, Cheap Trick, Motionless in White, Hollywood Undone.
Hollywood Undone.
Hollywood Undone. I don't know, how's fucking Scarface or what?
No,
like,
is that like your Marlon Brando?
Yeah. I got to go see Hollywood Undone.
That's pretty good.
You blew it!
But yeah, it was fun, and just to be submerged and to see the people having fun. And,
I mean, to
just
be in it,
being in their element.
Sure, I mean, you can watch YouTube videos all day.
I'm nothing but a visitor.
Yeah.
So I don't want to go be mean, but I would love to talk to some people.
Sure. I would like to drink some Faygo with some juggalos.
It was so funny. I was talking to Erica about it, and I was like, we're going to try to go. And she goes, you know what happened to Tila Tequila, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, but we're not Tila Tequila.
No.
We're two dudes. We're two music fans.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't want to be shit upon. I don't have shit thrown at me, though. I'm scared. I'm a little scared.
Well, we got to blend in. Do you blend in, or you just be?
You just be. No, they're very accepting, much like the rave culture of the 90s.
About that Workaholics episode.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
No, I think we just go. We be ourselves. We'll be accepted for who we are.
I think that'd be great.
Plus, I want to see those big juggalo titties. You know what I'm saying?
Do the titties?
Go ahead.
Do the titties have ghost paint on them too?
Ooh, I don't know, but you know what?
You like big asses?
So maybe there'll be some of those there too.
Probably so. Probably so.
So, as far as getting press passes, I mean,
Well, I'm working on it.
Soon we gotta do it.
Yes.
We gotta do it. And one last thing I kind of want to address before we wrap up here. Like I said, this is gonna be a short episode.
Right.
We're kind of rushing this because we have to put out an episode. It's kind of last minute.
Soon,
yeah. Like the original plan for tonight was to edit our illustrious live show
and then have it ready for Friday. So,
but speaking of the live show, so the end of the live show, I went into this kind of bit and brought up the topic of dad dicks.
Yes.
And it got laughs. It was awkward. It was funny. It was weird. I did a little improv. I did a little charades.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit that kind of kept coming back.
Yeah, a recurring theme, which I've talked about dad dicks before on Boys, and I know I talked about it on the last podcast.
Yeah.
So we had the show was Thursday night. Friday was the Great Recovery Day. We went to eat breakfast. We ran around a little bit. We went and picked up our gear. I came home and just like crashed. And I was like, you know what? I haven't watched this new Louis C.K. special. Put it on. Erica and I sat down to watch it. We were really excited about it. Watching it, laughing, having a great time. Towards the end of the special, spoiler alert, by the way, if you haven't seen it, he goes into a bit about dad dicks. And the moment he went into it, after it sunk in for a moment, sheer panic went through my body.
Like, they're going to think I stole it.
Totally, because, you know, that new special's pretty hot. Like, people are watching it. People are talking about it. I had not seen it. And I was like, oh, no. The night before, I talked about dad dicks, and then I watched this special. People are going to think I'm a fraud.
Yeah, you Schumered it.
I Schumered it. I Mencia'd it.
Yeah.
Oh, no. And I immediately, of course, because I think I'm so important, I got on Twitter, and I was like, full disclosure, I had not seen the Louis C.K. New stand-up special before, like it mattered.
It was a different premise. I mean, a lot of comedians talk about dicks and dad dicks. Louis C.K.'s bit was that his dad had a weird-looking dick. Your bit was just that you've seen your dad's dick.
It was a little more clandestine,
Yeah.
a little more basic.
Yeah.
But
basic dad dick.
Basic dad dicks. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We're gonna wrap this up here.
Yeah.
It's a nice, short and sweet episode. We're about 30 minutes in.
Yeah, that's good.
Right around 30 minutes. But we should definitely talk about our sponsors real quick.
Yeah, we got Anthem Brewing supplying beers every show. The great guys. Again, what they did for us at the live show was fantastic.
And you'll
great.
never know.
You'll never know. It was great.
Unless you were there.
And if you were there, again, thank you. We got Lost Ogle and the Paramount building for hosting us.
Yep. And then we also have anthembrewing.com. I already said that. You already said
But
that.
I didn't do the website.
Anthembrewing.com.
There you go.
Also, man, one of the highlights of the evening. So we played a game at the live show where, and it was really great. We had the 3 guests on stage pick out of a fishbowl and do impressions. And it was
a lot of fun.
It was super fun, and everybody did a really great job. We had a little audience participation. People were calling out the answers. I think in the second, we did 2 rounds. I think about halfway through the second round, I think Spencer pulled out a name, and he read the name. Was it James Gandolfini?
Yeah.
And he goes, "Wait a minute, are all these people dead?"
Yeah.
So we had 2 stacks of names to put in the fishbowl, and we were going to make a decision on the spot. Do we put just random people, or do we put all dead people? And we were like, man, we should do the dead people just because it's funny. And we wanted to see if anybody picked up on it.
Right.
And Spencer was the man.
He won on that one. Dead Ringers.
And Dead Ringers is what we called it. And we gave away a sign, a wooden sign.
We sure did.
From our buddy Matt at Fat Bison. FatBison.com.
It was a great sign.
And the girl who won was so happy to get it. She was like, I have a space in my house. I'm going to tag you on social media. This is amazing. She was beaming. She was so happy. So,
has she done that yet?
I don't know. I'll have to check.
Go check her shit.
Yeah, you better fucking do it. You want to get a nice sign from fatbison.com. You better put the sign up in your bathroom.
In your bathroom?
I don't know, your bedroom.
Bedroom, sorry. Your kitchen. Put it up in your kitchen.
You put it up in your gubba-goo. I don't know what that is, but
You blew it!
but yeah, and the Thunder Up 2 was a success also.
It definitely was. It was I watched a little bit of it. I was really amazed that they beat the game in 24 hours.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, they powered through, and good people doing good things. So
Great
glad to
things.
be involved with that and get to plug
that's
that.
awesome.
And I guess we're gonna wrap it up, man. Got anything else to say? Got anything else on the brain?
No, I think that's about it, man. Until next time. I mean, again, we're really bummed and sorry that we couldn't post the live show for you guys to listen to.
Yeah, it sucks, but it's one of those things where it's like I had that moment where I was like, okay, I can either freak out or just be like, well, this is what it is. No amount of freaking out is going to bring it back.
Yes.
Yeah. And it just goes to show, like, come to the next live show.
Yeah,
it's a good night.
They're free shows. You come out, hang out, have a good time. Visit us, boyspodcast.com, facebook.com.
Just plugging Facebook. Hey, man.
Facebook.
Hey, boyspodcast.com.
Here's the thing about this company.
AOL.com.
The smaller company called Facebook, they need some help.
Check them out.
They
need the clicks.
I think they're going to be good.
Also, last but not least, man, we got some donations coming in. If you go to boyspodcast.com, again, a hub of all things boys.
Right.
There are links to facebook.com, facebook.com/boyspodcast even.
Yes.
There's
Tweets
a link.
of boys.
Yeah, Tweets of Boys on Twitter, Instagram, Boys Podcast. There's also a golden donate button at the very top. And I just got to say, thank you so much to those of you who donated.
Yes.
We've been getting some really nice donations. Pete, I'm just going to say this, Pete and Jill, thank you so much. That was very gracious. It's helping, it's helping us keep deleting episodes.
Well,
wait, what? That was kind of an Obama.
It was.
It's helping us keep deleting episodes.
Oh, I miss him already.
Yeah, I miss him.
But no, like it does help. It helps us be able to like keep doing live shows and I mean, shit isn't cheap. Like soundboards are expensive. Like discs that you can fuck up, those aren't.
Yeah, we obviously have to buy some new SD cards. So.
Yeah, I mean, and every little thing helps because we want to do this more and more often and do bigger and bigger things, and your help helps.
Yes, absolutely. And again, I hate to just be rambling here, but we have some really important things coming up. So just stay tuned, keep listening, keep downloading, keep liking, man. Any feedback you give us, it means so much. Speaking of, we have the new email, boys@boyspodcast.com. We're trying to be a little more legit. We got rid of the AOL. It sucked. So boys@boyspodcast.com. Questions, comments, concerns, criticisms, anything you want to throw our way.
That was very illiterate.
Dad dick pics, send them our way. And I guess that's about it. We'll just go ahead and wrap up here, and we'll see you next week, guys.
Thanks, guys. Bye.